So this is Heidi, and Heidi is still probably under double-digit rides, or we're just getting to like 10, 11 actual rides. Obviously, she's a broke driving horse, so she has a lot of things going for her. I said so, not well, baby girl. And so one of those things is, she responds to a lot of voice cues. She, as a driving horse, nope, that also was not a stop, understands what the word whoa means. She understands rein and bit pressure. So, I pull left, she goes left. I pull right, she goes right. The one thing that driving horses, because they are basically forced to stay straight in the shafts, they need to stay straight in the shafts, they really don't understand is things like bending and lateral. Well, they do get some lateral, trust me. Some more advanced driving maneuvers require it, but in the context of driving, in the context of staying very straight, they understand it. They do not comprehend bending per se. Circles. We talked about making shapes while I was riding Leroy. Circles are hard, and circles are one of the first things we teach young riding horses. Kind of follow their nose, right? So I pull on my left rein, and I want her to go left and kind of follow it around, and I want her body to arc around, kind of follow that motion. So most of the driving horses, and it's been explained to me, it's due to the camber of the road, and the fact that the center of the road is higher than the shoulder. And so most of these horses tend to be a little stiffer on their right side. They have a little body work that has to be done when they come off of road driving, not just from the impact, which is the first thing everybody thinks of, but because the tilt of the road, the way it wants to drag the buggy off to the shoulder, they tend to be a little stiffer in the right. So a lot of times what we'll do is get them really following that nose. If they're not a supple horse and do carrot stretches and all the things, we might have to take and really pull them around, get them softening, breaking apart parts of their body that they're not used to bending at, right? So she's doing pretty good. She's bending at the shoulders, not real good through her rib cage. So I'm going to continue to ask her to walk forward, follow her nose to the right. And because she's a little bit more advanced now, I'm going to lift to my hip, as opposed to if I'm on a real baby, I'm going to pull more directly outward, right? I want to be very clear. Like, I want your nose to go right, so I'm going to open that hand nice and wide and ask her nose to go directly right. Now, because she's a little more advanced, you see now I've put the running martingale on her because she likes to twirl her nose around. We're going to pull a little bit more back toward the body. And it's like it's a very soft pulse I'm putting in the rein to kind of encourage her to not lean on it. And I'm going to continue to use my left leg both legs in this case. And now back to the left leg to encourage her to step forward and around, right? Both legs though, because I really need her to stay going forward, and I don't want her to think she's turning right. I just want her to gradually follow her right nose. Her nose bending right. We're not doing too bad. So I'm going to let her have a break. Go straight again. See, she's much softer, and pick up on the left rein, double her right around. So as I was saying, the first thing we teach them is a circle. So, I'm going to envision the track that I want. Let's see, road horse, I know you can walk and poop. So it's just being very mindful of the exact track that I want her to take. There might be some straight spots in it, and there might be extra bendy spots in it, and then I might throw like a small circle in. But you're going to watch my hand shift over. Like, I'm going to keep both reins the same length in this case. And then my hands are going to shift over because I want that outside rein to just start to come into contact with her neck. I'm building the foundation of neck reining already. Even though we're still at like ride 10 or 11, There you go. I need you to walk on. And then just turn, like say I want to do a little more in circle. Like I'm circling, both legs are on her now. I want her to turn. I'm going to lay my left aids against her, take my right rein and right leg away, close it, have her go straight. See how we nice arcing turn. Same thing to the left. Take the left aids away, right rein against her neck, right leg against her side, bump, push, then release and let her go straight. Now we're going to do it at the trot. Again, circle, my inside rein slightly away from her neck, my outside rein's against her neck. She's between both legs. You know, if I have to come to the inside of my circle, I'm going to open my inside rein a little bit and open my inside leg slightly. I'm not going to take it completely away. I'm just going to take it away a little bit so she knows she can come to the inside of that circle. Now I'm going to close it a little bit and we're going to go back to the outside of the circle. Oh, don't want to crash into the wall. Let's open it again. Good girl. Now we're going to make other shapes, right? We're not going to stay just on the same circle because as a young horse, I call her a young horse. I mean, she's 6 this year. She is green to riding. I want to turn. So we're going to go ahead and take a hold of this right rein pull, left aids against her side, swap. Right rein, right leg against her side because we're turning left now. Support with that left. See, I didn't have enough left leg there and we dove to the inside slightly. Ride both sides of your horse. Now I need her to slow down a little bit. I'm going to slow my seat and I'm going to make my circle ever so slightly smaller. Now I'm going to make it a little bigger. Inside aids against her. See, my left rein's against her neck, left leg pushes into her ribs. Open my outside aids so she goes back out on the circle. And I'm going to ask her to go faster with my seat because I need a little more trot. And a bigger trot. Use a little cluck voice. Good girl. I mean, she's really good. A lot of times, whether they're hunt, seat, or ranch, I might go to posting. Kind of keeps me up off their back. A little easier time for them setting a rhythm. So as soon as I started posting, though, my thighs come off her intermittently. Not a lot. You know, my lower thigh close to my knees on her pretty steady. But the upper thigh, because it's literally rolling up on the saddle, it's a little more intermittent. It's a bit of a change of feel for her. So she got a little wobbly. But see, practicing like this, she figures it out real fast. To listen a little bit more to my lower leg for steering, rather than where I'm leaning at my upper leg, right? Someday she's going to be an amateur horse. And she's going to have to ignore it if somebody leans too much. Okay, I don't want her to panic. I want her to just do her job. So again, right circle. Looking around my circle, envisioning the exact track I want her on. Outside aids against her. Now we dove in a little bit, so I'm going to swap through my inside aids against her. And we're going to come at you. And we're going to turn left. Right aids against her, sit back a little bit, help her load her hocks, and make the turn. Now, woo. And back. Good girl. See how we started with a circle, but just guiding into smaller circles, we're starting to lay the foundation of the more difficult shapes, like squares and triangles. And we're starting to differentiate between guiding the neck and shoulders and the ribs. Next step will be getting control over the hips, very specifically while we're going around. A lot of people start with the hips with the young horses, and I appreciate that, but their brain is thinking about this area here. And 90% of the riders are thinking about this area here. This is what they see. So, well, I don't necessarily want their caboose just following around. That's why I'll throw in some tighter turns, get them start thinking about lifting the shoulders and putting their weight over their hocks. I don't get all into like releasing their hip and pushing their hip around at this stage. I just need them to do the very basics. You know, they're trained. Yes, that's the motor back there. The engine's in the back as opposed to the caboose, even though that's what I just called it. I still want them to go in a very cohesive flow, just like a train. You know, car one, car two, car three, they're all coupled together. They all follow each other on track. Need the same thing to happen here. Car one, car two, car three. They all have to follow each other. I can't have car one turning, car two shooting out the side, and car three, God knows what it's doing back there, but something entirely else. So right off the bat, we are, pushing reins against the neck. We're pushing legs into sides. Let's see if we can get a little bit of lateral. She doesn't know anything about side passing yet, but we're going to give it a shot. Okay, whoa. Well, we leaned. So that's better than I thought we'd do.